Hello there, and thank you for tuning in. I am Dr. Caroline Cristo, a licensed marriage and family therapist. I'm also the CEO and founder of a nonprofit organization called Happier, Healthy, Productive Inc. And I'm also a college professor. But my role here, my goal here is to edify and to support, encourage, so that we can have the 2021 that we want. We want to make it what we want it to be. So I'm not in the role of a clinician, meaning I'm not a therapist. I'm not your therapist. I would love to be, but I'm only here to just support again and answer some of the questions that I'm getting. And most of my videos will be based on the questions that I receive about relationships, about stress, anxiety, and depression. So today I'm actually doing part two of living a quality life, 10 tips of living a quality life. In the previous video, I spoke of five, and today I will speak of the other five. The next one would be to tell others how you feel when they hurt you or when they make you happy. Really just communicating. And you can communicate with anyone, and the goal is to just communicate in a way that we can be heard and understood and achieve the outcome that we desire. So I tell people the way to communicate is definitely to use I statements. I feel so happy when you bring me a sandwich. My husband brought me a sandwich for dinner today. I was thinking of making dinner, but he brought me one and I didn't have to cook. So I had more time to do more videos. But anyway, so I had to let him know, hey babe, it makes me really feel good when you think about me when I least expect it. And so thank you for the sandwich. So, but then again, if let's say our kids do things that disappoint us, to let them know. The other day, one of my daughters did something that I did not appreciate that actually disappointed me. So I told her, when you do this, or if you do something similar to this, it disappoints mommy. And that way they know that we communicate in a way that they can understand what we're saying. We're not being judgmental. We're not pointing fingers. We're just saying, this is what this behavior makes me feel like. So let people know when they make you happy and excited. Hey, when you do that, you really make me proud, little girl. Keep doing that, etc. So just communicating. Number 7 is do not rely on anyone for your happiness. Key word, rely. So I'm not saying your husband, your wife, your children cannot make you happy, but I'm saying when we rely on others for our happiness, that's a burden that I don't want. I don't want to be anybody's happiness. I want to contribute to your happiness, but I don't want to be it, because that means that when I'm not happy, or when I don't do anything that makes you happy, or something that doesn't make you happy, then your life is a mess or you're unhappy. Often in therapy, I hear mothers, especially, and I love my mothers, they say things like, my children are my life, Dr. Crystal. I don't know what I would do without them. Some go to the extent of saying, I would die if I didn't have my kids. Oh my goodness. That drains me, even just saying it. Do you realize the amount of responsibility we put on our kids when we say things like that? So correction, and please send in any questions or comments if I say something here that doesn't sit well with you. So our children, our spouses, our mothers, our significant others, they are not our happiness. I emphasize, they are not our happiness. They are contribute to our happiness. They are not our life. They add to our life. I would hate for my children to grow up saying, "Oh man, if I do anything wrong, or I'm my mom, I am my mom's life," and so they're walking around with guilt and walking on eggshells because I have said if they leave or they go to visit other people, their grandparents, I don't. They feel as though my happiness is so dependent on them. So let's be careful what we say around our kids and the burden they may feel because of our words. So they're not our life. They contribute to our life significantly. If you believe there's a God, now moving on to point number 9, that if you believe there's a God, connect with your God as you know him through prayer, through meditation, whichever way you do it, and get to know how he sees you and what he wants and hopes of you. So if you have some form of spirituality, or you believe that there's a God, or you have a spirituality that works for you, I encourage you to this year, we're still in January, Reconnect with your God. I hear a lot of people tell me, Dr. Crystal, I stopped going to church. Yeah, we all pretty much cannot gather to worship, but there are some churches that are open outside. I encourage you to find a way of reconnecting back with, let's say, your church when you can. Again, when you can, within the limitations that we have. But in the meantime, connect with your God as you understand Him through prayer, music, walks in nature, whatever it is that you do. That would be a good quality life, to get out in nature, to connect with you, to be balanced, mind, body, and spirit. My last point is have some goals. Have some short term, have some long term goals, have daily goals, have weekly goals, have every 2 weeks things that you have to do, 3 weeks, monthly goals. I think when we feel productive, when we feel that we're growing and moving forward and have goals and are accomplishing, that's really good actually for our self-esteem. I find that a lot of people that are depressed is because their gifts, their talents are not being utilized. They're laying dormant within them. So have some goals. My goal this year was to start a YouTube channel. So I'm excited about that. I have a few other goals, like going back to school. If you have that goal, go in there, start looking on applications, go to your computer, talk to people who are doing the same, who are in the same field as you'd like to go. So let's make steps towards those goals that we have. If your goal was usually New Year's resolution, lose weight, eat healthy, yes, do it. Let's not just talk about it and then wait for the next year to set our goals again. Again, I'm Dr. Caroline Cristo. I'm here to encourage you to live a quality life. I gave 10 tips total. There's 5 on part 1 and 5 on part 2. If you have any questions, comments, if anything I say in here is unclear, please, I love to clarify things. And also, if anything I said in here triggered you to where you felt that you may need more help from a mental health professional, I suggest that you find one. Please also know that therapy is not just for when you're struggling emotionally or you've gone through a traumatic event. Therapy can also help you set goals, fulfill your goals, help you raise self-esteem, help you correct some behaviors. So let's not put therapy in a box. There's more to therapy. There's coaching in therapy. So please don't forget that aspect. Again, I'm Dr. Caroline Cristo. I look forward to seeing you on the top, on the other side, and us making 2020 what we want it to be based on preparation, what we already know, and where we're headed. Thank you very much, and thank you for tuning in. Have a good one. Goodbye.